Hey, what's up, everybody? Finally making it back to YouTube with a new video. Kind of wanted to, dip my foot back into the pond real quick just to kind of test the waters out and see if I still got everything going here. So just gonna do a quick and easy video. This is basically just gonna be like a NASCAR Heat 5 review and then some beginner's tips. Not gonna be a too terribly long video, but just something quick, something easy. You know, throw this back out there, let you guys know that are subscribed that hey, I'm still around, and more content's coming in the next month and on, because we've got some great games coming out that I'm hoping to be able to get my hands on. But yeah, so start off with NASCAR Heat 5. Personally, I took a break from NASCAR for quite a few years, and then NASCAR Heat 4 came on the scene, and that's where I kind of jumped back in on it, especially on PC. And then Heat 5 came out and I wanted to grab it, and you know what, there's nothing wrong with it. Its biggest thing is that it fell by the wayside, well, not wayside, it fell into the same routine that EA does with Madden, which is kind of a refresh, update some things, mainly more graphical, paint schemes, driver roster, things like that. That's about it. The other thing they added in is now there's a test session, which is amazing for people who like to build your custom setup and everything. Me personally, I like the game. I only have one copy and it's for PC. Just makes it easier for doing the YouTube content, but it's great. I enjoy it. I think it does have value. If you've not played any of the most recent NASCAR Heat games, you could save some money and go with Heat 4 and just run the older driver roster because there were some driver changes, or buy the newest one. Doesn't really matter. They're basically the same game. They're about the same difficulty, especially if you're a preset driver. If you just go in, run a couple practice laps, find the preset you like, and then run your race, nothing wrong with Heat 4. But if you're somebody who likes to actually work on setup, especially custom setups, and figure out how to make your car as fast as possible, Heat 5 is where it's at, because it's got test setup. So you can just come right in here to race modes, go right here to test session. I'm just going to go Cup Series, Jimmy Johnson, and then I love Atlanta. I'm just going to go right to Atlanta, and it's going to load up here, and essentially it's going to give you what practice mode looks like for a normal race, except there's not going to be any cars on the track. So hit continue. Okay, so then once you're in test session, it's going to bring you to the screen. And so if you're actually wanting to do custom setup, just hit X on your controller, you select custom race setup, or if you want to work on your presets, I know of a lot of guys that just like to run presets, and so they're worried about fuel mileage and laps, how many laps they can run before they get any new tires. You can do that. You can come in here to recommend setups, push the D-pad left or right, figure out your setup, and go. I'm more of a custom guy on most of the tracks, so you're gonna come in here, hit X again, and then there you go. This actually has my Atlanta setup in here. I haven't ran Atlanta in a while, so I do know that there's some days where I come in and it's a little loose, a little tight. I don't know if that's out, game physics with weather or whatnot, but for me, I know sometimes I'll come in here and I'll adjust I'll adjust the wedge. Maybe I'll mess with some air pressures a little bit, half a pound, and things like that, just to kind of tweak it. But that's like race day, practice session. But this is generally the race setup I use for Atlanta. So you just come in and you figure out what setup, maybe you haven't done it before. So you come in here, see where you're at, make some adjustments. This is for every track, every car. Okay, and then you just go start test session, and it brings you to the pit lane. And then off you go. And as you can see the mirror behind me, there's nobody on the track. That's it. You're the only car. So you don't have to worry about running into anybody. You don't have to worry about AI getting in front of you. Just you and the track alone. I'm gonna back out here. Okay, so now we're back at a test session. Come back out here, and like I said, you can even do dirt tour. So like, let's say you're in career mode and you're just having a hard time with dirt tour. Come in here, select a track, come in here. You can't use your custom cars. You have to use the AI vehicles. So if you know roughly in career mode who you run kind of as fast as, especially if you're running like legend or hard and you've got like a new team or whatever, you know, you can come in here and see like, oh, I usually run near Roy Wood or, you know, Alan Anderson, things like that. Or if you just want to go all out, then you just come down here. Where to go? Find Mr. Tony Stewart. There he is. Grab Tony Stewart's car. He's got one of the best cars, obviously, in dirt, and you run his, and you're gonna run fast laps, and you can practice that way. Yeah, you can do all 4 series, and then of course, like Heat 4, you've got the championship mode, you've got the challenges, so on and so forth. Also, real quick, just you know, make sure you mess with your difficulty settings. You know, I'll go ahead and show you real quick in under Race Now what I'm talking about. So we're just gonna do this. Pick Jimmy Johnson. Now right here, I'm gonna go to quick race settings. This is where you want to mess with it. You know, you can start off, you know, there's auto hard, custom, auto easy, all that stuff. You know, start off, I go to custom, you know, put yourself down here like around 95. I stick with custom because then you can actually dial it in to where you're competitive and you can, you know, you have to fight for a win, but you're not like, you know, a 5-star car, maxed out stats on like, you know, a team you own and still finishing in the top 10. You know, like you want to win, you want to have a chance to win. So, you know, fine tuning this to where you like it will put you where you want to be. If you want to just straight up, you know, fight no matter what, then yeah, I would go somewhere in, you know, hard. I think in career mode it's a little different, so it's like normal, hard, then legend. I would start somewhere in the normal, bump up to hard maybe. I just know for me, legend mode is super crazy hard, especially on presets. Most tracks I have to run a custom setup even to be competitive, and even then I think my best has been, I want to say my best one, I finished like top 10 at like Dover or something, and it was a pain. It was really hard to do. So mess with your difficulty settings, mess with your race length, you know, mess with all this stuff. Tailor the game to your liking. Don't just set it at legend and, you know, as hard as possible, because then you're gonna get frustrated and you're gonna hate the fact that you can't win or even can't finish top 5 or top 10. You know, set it up to how you like it. Like I said, I normally run I run custom, and I normally sit right around 100 to 103, and that keeps all the other AI competitive. And I've lost races, I've won races. You know, it depends on the track, depends on the setup and everything. So give that a try. Again, for me, it's a good game. It's solid. It gets the job done. I like it. I enjoy it. I would say for me, it's definitely 4 out of 5. It's not perfect. Obviously, being a refresh of Heat 4, there's a few things I would like to have seen changed, but you know, moving forward, I believe Monster Games took over for 704, and you know, the next NASCAR game is being rebuilt from the ground up. It's gonna be a fresh game, fresh engine, if I remember right. So, you know, this is gonna be a completely different game compared to Heat 5. In fact, I think Heat 5 might be the last installment of the Heat series. So, that's my review. You know, if you don't own it, if you don't own a NASCAR Heat game, Heat 5 is worth a look, especially for the gold edition. You get a little extra cash. In career mode, you get 5-star rides, Yeah, you get, because I have gold edition, and if I go to career mode, it'll give me a 5-star ride for every series. If I do join a team, so you can kind of get a bump there instead of starting off at like a 1 or 2-star team and crawling your way up. And yeah, it's a great game. Now I will say, for beginners, if you've not played a NASCAR Heat game before, or maybe you're like me and with Heat 4, and it's been a while since you've played a NASCAR game, do yourself a favor. Before you do anything else, come in here, go to race modes, go to test session, pick a track, and run laps. Just run with presets. Most tracks are going to be either in the middle or a little to the loose side on the selector for your preset, and you should be able to run some really good solid laps. Just practice, get used to it. Along with that as well is, go into the options. Now I've got a wheel, so it's a little bit different, but you can go into the gamepad, which I'll just do over here. So go to gamepad and mess with this stuff. Mess with your sensitivity, mess with your steering rate. This isn't set because it's obviously player 2, and I run a wheel, but this might help you. If you've got a wheel, definitely come in here and mess with this stuff. I'm not going to show you my settings because everybody's different. I ran online lobbies with a guy who ran for the NASCAR Heat Pro League, and I can tell you, him and I have differences of opinion when it comes to the steering. So he's got his dialed in exactly where he wants it. I'm still figuring mine out, and even then mine's different where I like it right now. So come in, mess with this stuff. We're going to exit without saving. Practice, practice, practice. Maybe just come in and do race now. Just do some race now stuff before you jump into a career. That would be my biggest thing to recommend to new people who have not played this game before or haven't played it in a while, or maybe you just got a new wheel. Use that test session to your advantage. So that's all I got for you guys today. Appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'm following along. I'm reading stuff. If you have any suggestions, maybe something you'd like to see worked out, maybe some of the other guys out there that are putting out career mode content, you can't quite figure out something, drop that down there. I'll do my best to dig into it. I don't have a release schedule for stuff, but look for new videos for sure every Monday, because that way it gives me the weekend to work on stuff. And then I'm gonna just probably do a couple of videos a week, varying degrees of things. Appreciate you guys watching. Twitch link below. I'm gonna start streaming on Twitch more often. Discord link below to a Discord I'm an admin of, which is a Pro League drivers Discord. It's a lot of NASCAR Heat stuff, Tony Stewart All-American Racing, both Sprint Car and All-American Racing, a little bit of iRacing. A lot of racing stuff in the Discord. It's a good community. Lots of people in there talking, helping. I'm in there usually kind of hanging out because I'm an admin, but it's a good solid Discord. I'll have links below. And again, if you need anything, let me know. Thanks for watching.